Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial would be discussed in this session. Let's get started with today's topic list. Today is 9th of November. The first topic is Srinagar under UNESCO Creative City Network. The list has been added. Second is India now ahead of China in financial inclusion metric, a report by SBI. Third is regional NSA to hold talks on Afghanistan. So the National Security Advisor would hold a talk on the situation and the status of Afghanistan after the overtaking of Taliban. The second last is inclusive maritime regional is a must. And the last is an editorial that is Gati Shakti plan can improve impact beyond its border. So this is from the Indian Express. We'll understand the detailed and important aspects of this program. Apart from this, at the end of this video, there would be some MCQ based questions. और ये जो questions होंगे current affairs होंगे so that it can help you in the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. Those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Place Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give a like button. Let's start our news with the first, that is Srinagar under UNESCO Creative Cities Network, something which is important for your General Studies paper 1. We see the news mostly comes from General Studies paper 2 or 3, and sometimes the news pertaining to General Studies paper 1 is there. So this type of news is definitely important for your General Studies paper 1. So talking about the detail of this news, UNESCO ने अपनी अभी recently एक नई list जारी की है. This is regarding the new cities, the creative cities that is being there. So the UNESCO, that is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, they have added Srinagar as a 49 city as a part of Creative City Network. So there's an initiative of UNESCO where they find out the most creative city in categories wise, right? So इस बार जो श्रीनगर को ऐड की गई है दैट इज अंडर क्राफ्ट एंड फोक आर्ट कैटेगरी. So this is important, factually very important for your prelims examination. Now if you talk about UNESCO sites, the network now covers almost 295 cities और 90 countries इसमें included हैं that invest in culture and creativity. So if you talk about the network, it involves folk arts, media, film, literature, design, gastronomy and media arts. तो ये कुछ categories रखे गए हैं upon which the city is being selected by the UNESCO under it Creative City Network. Now श्रीनगर की अगर बात करें, श्रीनगर was one of the most city that was added in the India's list. इसके अलावे और भी कुछ 5 important cities हैं जो मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगा. Now, Jhelum Tawai Flood Recovery Project, this is a significant project. So the process of nomination of Srinagar under the UNESCO Creative City Network was undertaken, funded by the World Bank. World Bank ने इस particular project को fund किया, that is Jhelum Tawai Flood Recovery Projects. And this is a recognition to the historical craft and art of the city. And just to tell you, कई बार examinations में होती क्या है, prelims में कुछ ऐसे न्यूज़ होते हैं जो बहुत पुराने होते हैं एंड यू पीपल टेंड टू फॉरगेट इट, राइट. एंड आई पर्सनली फील ये जो क्रिएटिव सिटी नेटवर्क की क्वेश्चंस है यूनेस्को पे, ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड वेरी पॉसिबल चांसेस दैट दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड इन प्रीलिम्स. सो मेक श्योर आप इसके जितने एस्पेक्ट्स हैं वो ज़रूर समझें. एंड लेट्स सी विच आर द सिटीज़ अपॉन विच इंडिया ऑलरेडी हैड दिस अवार्ड. तो 5 ऐसे पुराने सिटीज़ हैं जिसपे ऑलरेडी ये अवार्ड मिल चुकी है क्रिएटिव सिटी की. The first is Chennai, जहाँ पे म्यूजिक के कैटेगरी में अवार्ड मिली हुई है. The second is Mumbai in the category of film. Third is Jaipur in terms of craft and folk art. Then we have Varanasi in music and Hyderabad in gastronomy. तो ये जो कैटेगरीज हैं ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है. And the recent added is Jammu and Kashmir. This is the 6th state to be added in the list of crafts only, craft and folk arts. You can basically say crafts. तो ये कुछ 5 सिटीज़ हैं पहले से और अभी एक और जम्मू कश्मीर ऐड हुई है. सो द टोटल लिस्ट अमाउंट टू 6 एंड दिस इज स्पेसिफिकली फॉर इंडिया. एंड दिस इज आई हैव टेकन द स्क्रीनशॉट फ्रॉम the websites of UNESCO, right? So these are some of the credible and authentic information. तो यूनेस्को क्रिएटिव सिटी नेटवर्क की बात करें, which I have told you in the beginning, this is very very important for prelims, right? And talking about it, it was actually launched in 2004 to promote cooperative among the cities, खास करके रिकॉग्निशन क्रिएटिविटी को, और जितने भी अर्बन डेवलपमेंट में इस तरह की रिकॉग्निशंस की ज़रूरत है वो यूनेस्को प्रोवाइड करती है. Currently in 2019, 246 cities has made up this network and almost 90 countries are part of it, right? So कुछ जितने भी डेवलपमेंट्स होते हैं लोकल लेवल पे, even the cooperative activity at international level is being appreciated by this organization. So this is a cover page of the report which has been published recently. You can see this is UNESCO Creative City Network for Sustainable Development, which is a part of our SDG goal also. यूनेस्को की अगर बात करें, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल की, सो दिस कम अंडर SDG गोल 11 विच कॉल फॉर सस्टेनेबल सिटीज एंड कम्युनिटीज. अगर आप मेंस में लिख रहे हैं, मेक श्योर यू यूज दिस पॉइंट, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड यूनेस्को क्रिएटिव सिटी एम्स टू अचीव सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल थ्रू इनोवेशंस एंड थिंकिंग एक्शंस. ऑल्सो जितने भी सिटीज हैं, दे आर कैंपेनिंग फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट फॉर डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट टू द कम्युनिटीज एट अर्बन लेवल. और ये जो नेटवर्क है, इट कवर्स 7 क्रिएटिव कैटेगरीज which I have told you in the beginning also, but just have a look. First is craft and folk, second is art, media, film, design, gastronomy, literature and music. So these are the 7 categories upon which the cities are being selected from India. There are total 6 lists. Prior to this there were 5 cities. The newly added is Jammu and Kashmir. Now the other news, that is India now ahead of China in financial inclusion metrics, something which is important for your general studies paper 3, Indian economy and issue related to planning, mobilization, growth and development. So this is a good news that is coming from the State Bank of India by its report, and it says कि India ने remarkable progress किया है in terms of financial inclusion. I hope this word is clear to you. This is a term which is used to define the literacy of financial categories. चाहे वो payments की बात हो, चाहे वो बैंक अकाउंट की बात हो, कितनी लोगों की एक्सेस है financial institutions पे, right? And even we are beating China in terms of financial inclusion metrics. So the mobile and internet banking transaction, basically you can say UPI and even IMPS, all this transaction has increased. So this number is now mounting to 13,615 per 1000 alert, जो कि पहले सिर्फ 183 हुआ करती थी 2015 में. So you can see in almost 6 years the transaction is great, right? You cannot count this in percentage. It's too much. Now the number of bank branches has increased up to 14.7% per 1 lakh adult in 2020, which was earlier only 13.6%. And even this number is higher than the country like Germany. So if you're writing this type of statement in mains paper, आप ये ज़रूर use करें. This can be a fodder points. Now, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana and banking correspondence model. These two model has helped us to chase this target and to achieve more financial inclusion compared to any other countries. So खास करके अगर बात करें जिस तरह से banks open की गई, banks में accounts open किए गए individuals की, so this is towards a financial inclusion. And in that context, अगर प्रधानमंत्री जनधन योजना की बात करें, इसने काफ़ी हद तक contribute किया है, where most of the people were having an account, right? और banking correspondent जिसको BC भी कहते हैं, this is acting as the intermediaries between the banks and the individual. They have also helped us a lot. You can expect a question mains में कि किस तरह से banking correspondent ने financial inclusions में मदद की है. And also this type of news is important for your interview also. So the report also suggests कि जो banking correspondent है in India, they have enabled to provide a definite range of banking services बहुत ही low cost में, और एक instrumental promotional growth देखा गया financial inclusion में. Now the measure credit should go to financial inclusion drive, जहाँ पे RBI ने 2016 में जितने भी BCs थे, that is the banking correspondent, उनको allow किया for the branchless banking, right? So this was an initiative which was taken by the Reserve Bank of India. And the new branch authorization which was there in 2016, जहाँ पे जितने भी banking correspondent थे, they were provided banking services with a minimum 4 hours per day and at least 5 days a week. So this has definitely helped बेसिकली जो रूरल पॉपुलेशंस हैं उनको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मेन स्ट्रीम में जोड़ने का काम बैंकिंग करस्पॉन्डेंट्स ने किया है. Now, the other news, regional NSA to hold talks on Afghanistan, something which is important for your general studies paper 2, India and its neighborhood relations. So, what is there in this news? India अभी recently जितने भी tops NSA हैं और several countries के, including the 7 countries, they would be the part of the meeting on the pretext of discussing the matter of Afghanistan situations. तो कुछ और कंट्रीज जिसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, दैट इज ईरान, रशिया, राइट, ऐसे कुछ कंट्रीज है. चाइना और पाकिस्तान ने ऑफिशियली कंफर्म किया कि दे वुड बी नॉट पार्ट ऑफ दिस मीटिंग, राइट. सो दीज टू कंट्री आर नॉट पार्टिसिपेटिंग, राइट. Now, this is for the first time कि नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर लेवल पे सेंट्रल एशिया की जो कंसर्न है, जो कंट्रीज हैं, वो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो नोन एज Delhi Regional Security Dialogue on Afghanistan that is scheduled to be started from next week. Now, what is the agenda of this dialogue? Right? There must be some agenda, there must be some focus area. So some of the focus area include high-level dialogue that will review and deliberate upon measures to address the relevant security challenges in Afghanistan. We have seen over the time that the overtake of Taliban has resulted to chaos in the people. Many people have migrated to many other cities as well. And India has also given visas to people who are looking forward to come to India. Although in India we have a mass population who is residing here also. Supporting the people of Afghanistan in promoting the peace, security and stability. Because Taliban has still not come up with any conclusive plan regarding the women's educations and women employment. And India has called for unified international response to address security and humanitarian challenges that is being faced in Afghanistan. Still, the people are not getting adequate jobs and money. अभी आपने recently news में देखा होगा, we have also discussed that news, that they are giving work and in terms of wages they are giving wheat or any food item because the country is definitely going through a mass hunger also. So challenges क्या है इंडिया के लिए इस तरह से तालिबान ने जिस तरह से ओवरटेक किया है. So सबसे पहली challenges है जो restoration of Taliban rule Afghanistan present soon is a serious potential threat to India's security. सबसे पहली जो concern है इंडिया की, that is regarding the security. We are more concerned about the Jammu and Kashmir region, right? Spread of international terrorism. This can be assisted by country like Pakistan and China, and there can be a new regional geopolitical alignment such as China, Pakistan और तालिबान. तो ये countries कुछ मिलके जो इंडिया की interest है उसको हम पहुंचा सकते हैं, इंडिया की जो national security है उसको impact कर सकते हैं. So these are some of the challenges that is before India over the overtake of Taliban in Afghanistan region. Now the other news, that is inclusive maritime regional is a must, something which is important for general studies paper 2. गोवा की मैरीटाइम कॉन्क्लेव हो रही है, उसमें खास करके फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी और जितने भी डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट्स हैं उन्होंने भी अपने कुछ ओपिनियन साझा किए हैं. So India's defense secretary, without naming China directly, he has said कि जो इंडो पैसिफिक में जिस तरह से चाइना की ग्रोथ हो रही है वो एक बहुत बड़ी कंसर्न है. एंड दिस कंसर्न वाज रेज्ड नॉट ओनली बाय इंडिया बट मेनी अदर कंट्रीज लाइक ऑस्ट्रेलिया, यूके एंड यूएस. ओकस के बारे में कल मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस किया था, सो यू कैन रिलेट दिस न्यूज विद ओकस ऑल्सो. So the India's Defense Secretary was speaking at the inaugural event of Goa Maritime Conclave, which is hosted by Indian Navy. और इस बार की conclave की theme है Maritime Security and Emerging Non-Traditional Threat, a case for proactive role in the Indian Ocean region and the navies, right? और ये third edition है Goa Maritime Conclave की, जो कि गोवा में हो रही है, and this is today is the last day of this event. So what is India's stand? बेसिकली ये जो कॉन्क्लेव है, सो ग्लोबल लेवल पे इंडिया किस तरह की स्टैंड रख रही है. सो इंडिया विल वर्क विद एन मैरीटाइम नेशंस इन पीस इन द रीजन, स्टैंडिंग विद अ रूल बेस्ड ऑर्डर, ऐसी ऑर्डर जो सस्टेनेबल हो और सारे कंट्रीज के लिए इफेक्टिवली हेल्पफुल हो. So this is the first and foremost priority for India. Second, India would continue to oppose the tenets of aggression on the land of seas. जो UNCLOS की जो लॉज है, खास करके अगर साउथ चाइना सी और इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन की बात करें, वी हैव सीन द डोमिनेंस ऑफ चाइना which is equally not relevant, and this is not basically in light of the democratic setup which is there, right? So एक rule based order की बात की गई है in terms of sea rules. And India remain engaged in most of the important exercise, चाहे वो इंडो पैसिफिक की बात करें या फिर वेस्टर्न इंडियन ओशियन रीजन की बात करें. So they are looking forward with a long term relationship where each and every country has its own contribution and development. Now, India called for a secure, open, and inclusive maritime region with legitimate interest in the nations must be protected. Each and every nation need to be protected with their interest, right? And India hope कि जितने भी neighborhoods हैं, that would be understanding the sensitivity of India's legitimate maritime security concern. And for mains examination, maritime security is something which is very important topic. You can expect a question in the mains examination. Now, this is the last news, basically an editorial from Indian Express. India's Gati Shakti plan can have an impact beyond its border. So, this article focuses upon the impact of a project which was started by India and its impact in our neighboring countries also. So, this is something which is important for General Studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors. So, before I start, just to tell you the background of this editorial. तो इस एडिटोरियल में कुछ 5 इंपॉर्टेंट सबहेड्स है जो मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करूंगा. फर्स्ट वुड बी द बैकग्राउंड, सेकंड इज द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ गति शक्ति प्लान, फॉरेन पॉलिसी एंगल, बेनिफिट्स टू द नेबरिंग कंट्रीज एंड 3 एवेन्यूज ऑफ गति शक्ति प्लान. पूरे एडिटोरियल की थीम है गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान के ऊपर, जिसके क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स होंगे हमारे फॉरेन कंट्रीज पे भी. So the Gati Shakti National Master Plan is another important step by India, जहाँ पे जो infrastructure और multimodal connectivity है, these are the 2 important terms. First is infrastructure, second is the multimodal connectivity is the aim of Gati Shakti National Master Plan. Now, according to the Economic Survey 2019-20, उन्होंने कहा है कि approximately इंडिया को 1.5 ट्रिलियन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में खर्च करनी पड़ेगी अगर हमें $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बननी है by 2024 and 2025. Very important point. You should note this point. Now, India's Gati Shakti plan can generate positive spillover over strengthening India's economic ties with her neighbor. किस किस कंट्रीज को ज़्यादा बेनिफिट्स होगी, विल डिस्कस दैट इन डिटेल ऑल्सो. फर्स्ट लेट्स सी व्हाट आर द कंपोनेंट ऑफ गति शक्ति प्लान, राइट? क्या क्या कंपोनेंट्स हैं? तो गति शक्ति प्लान के 3 मेजर कंपोनेंट्स. इट हैज 3 मेन कंपोनेंट. फर्स्ट, it seeks to increase the information sharing with a new technology platform between ministries, union and the states. जो यूटीज हैं, स्टेट्स हैं, और जो सेंट्रल मिनिस्ट्रीज, उसके बीच में इंटीग्रेशन लाने की कोशिश की गई है, सो दैट इट हैज टू इंश्योर कि जो टाइम टेकिंग है किसी प्रोजेक्ट को लेकर के वो कम किया जा सके. Now second, it focuses an impetus on multimodal transportation to reduce the logistic cost. जितनी भी logistic cost है उसको कम किया जा सके और last mile connectivity को बढ़ाया जा सके, right? This is the second important aspect. The third important component is it include analytical decision making, जहाँ पे ये कोशिश की जाएगी जो information है, priority area है, infrastructures के, उनको highlight किया जाए और उन पे पहले काम किया जाए. So the aim is to ensure transparency in a time-bound manner, and time completion of a project is a pivotal under the Gati Shakti plan, that is a national master plan. Now, foreign policy angle, जो कि इस पूरी editorial की focus है. So on the way to Gati Shakti plan अगर बात करें जितने भी foreign policy angle में किस किस countries को benefit होगी, so this country would be Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, श्रीलंका, और जितने भी साउथ एशिया की कंट्रीज है उसके अलावा इंडियन ओशियन रीजन के जो कंट्रीज हैं उनको बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिट होगा इंडिया के इस इनिशिएटिव से. सो दिस हैज़ बीन एक्सपीरियंस इन द रिसेंट ईयर्स विद इंडियाज इन्वेस्टमेंट इन रोड, पोर्ट, चाहे वो इनलेट वाटरवेज हो या फिर नए तरह की जो इंडिया ने इनिशिएटिव्स ली हैं वो हमारे नेबरिंग कंट्रीज़ को, इंडियन कंज्यूमर मार्केट के अलावा नेबरिंग कंट्रीज़ को भी हेल्प करेंगे. So specifically talking about the benefits to the neighbor countries, यहाँ पे सबसे पहली नाम आती है नेपाल की. In 2020, we have reached an export level due to the series of connectivity issues, चाहे वो electronic cargo हो, tracking system हो, new rail, road route, modernization of our border control system. This is the first ever bilateral petroleum pipeline. ये सारी चीज़ों से खास करके नेपाल को काफ़ी ज़्यादा बेनिफिट्स हुई हैं. Now in 2019, between Bangladesh and Bhutan, we have seen the ease through the new multimodal road and water link via Assam. So definitely, if any initiative is there, India whole state would be benefited. But these type of initiative is definitely helping many other countries like Bhutan and Bangladesh. Now, the new cargo ferry with the Maldives has launched last year that has lowered the cost of trade in the island state that is Maldives. Now, कुछ 3 ऐसे avenues हैं गति शक्ति प्रोजेक्ट के which is again very important. Suppose if you're writing this answer in mains, तो आपको ये सारे avenues भी cover करने होंगे. So there are 3 avenues to ensure गति शक्ति प्रोजेक्ट की एक maximum benefit हो और इसके maximum effect हो. तो पहला that is India will have to deepen it bilateral consultations. जितने भी neighboring countries हैं उनके साथ consultation बढ़ाना ताकि connectivity जो है वो strategic हो और priority area पे. Second, it is a way that India should work toward the regional institutions. जितने भी हमारे neighboring regional institutions हैं उन पे हमें काम करने की ज़रूरत है. That include SAARC, Bay of Bengal Multimodal Initiative for Technical and Economic Cooperation, that is BIMSTEC, और उसके अलावा BBIN Initiative, that is Bangladesh, Bhutan, India and Nepal, right? तो ये तीन खास करके ये 3 और 4 ऐसे multilateral forum है where India need to integrate all this country under the Gati Shakti Master Plan. Now finally, India can boost Gati Shakti Master Plan by an external impact, जिसके कॉपरेशंस में खासकर जितने भी ग्लोबल प्लेयर्स हैं दैट आर कीन टू सपोर्ट इंडिया. और ये इम्पेरेटिव होगी कि इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन में एक इकोनॉमिक कनेक्टिविटी की डायमेंशंस को एक्सप्लोर किया जाए विच इज हेल्पिंग ऑल अदर कंट्रीज इंक्लूडिंग इंडिया. And this include the Asian Development Bank, World Bank, and also Japan, US, Australia, EU, and ASEAN countries, right? So we have to explore to such level that a platform is going to benefit many other aspects and countries as well, right? So this is how the conclusion of editorial can be summed up. Now, moving to the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For the first question, the correct option is C. For the second question, the correct option is B. Now, today's MCQ questions, Malabar exercise के बारे में है. Most of you must be familiar with this question. It is an annual naval exercises between India, Japan, and US navies. The exercise is being held alternatively in India and Pacific Ocean. तो ये alternatively होती है या नहीं होती ये भी आपको देखने की जरूरत है. And you have to let me know the correct answer in the comment section down below. Second question is Gender Inequality Index. It is being released by which among the following? Although UPSC ने इस बार questions नहीं पूछे हैं, but anytime these questions can be repeated. So make sure you practice a lot more questions. तो अगर आपको पता है नहीं भी पता है तो you can check Google and just let me know which among the following is the correct options. So do participate, write your question answer, basically the answers in the comment section down below. So this was about the today's daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQs. If you have any other concern, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching.